Jafora Fox, let's talk business. And let's turn it up a notch. It's your time to shine with Jafora Fox. It's all coming together. Just keep your eyes on God and tune in. And let's talk with Jafora Fox. Hey, Jafora Fox. Jafora Fox.
Welcome to the Jafora Fox Show. I am glad you are here. If you are joining from Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, this space is designed for thoughtful conversations about psychology, faith, leadership, alignment, and the internal shifts that shape how we show up in our lives and relationships. I am your host, Dr. Jafora Fox. So say hello in the comments and let me know where you are joining from, and share and tag 3 people. So say hello, and let me know where you're joining from. And I thank you so much for tuning in to the Jafora Fox Show. And each episode builds intentionally on the last. We've explored pressure. We've talked about alignment. We examined boundaries and the discipline of not over-explaining yourself. We explored readiness and decision-making. And most recently, we talked about leadership without over-functioning. Now we arrive at something deeply human, because when alignment begins to take hold internally, something else often changes externally: our relationships. Tonight's conversation is called When Alignment Changes Your Relationships. When alignment changes your relationships. So if you're tuning in, say hello, and thank you so much. God bless you. Bernice tuning in from Columbia, South Carolina. Thank you. Hello, Paula Callahan. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you. Good evening to you all. Good evening. Hello, Mother Steele, Sister Steele. God bless you. Good evening to you, and thank you so much for tuning in. Tonight's topic is about when alignment changes your relationships. Hello, good evening to you, Elder Justine. Continually praying for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. My condolences to you and your family during the loss of your cousin. So we are praying for you. Hello, my beautiful niece Michelle is tuning in from Jacksonville, Florida. So if you are joining, let me know where you are joining from. Thank you. God bless you to you, Prophetess Sharice. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're joining, let me know where you are joining from. Put that in the comments so we know all over people are tuning in. And thank you so much for Facebook audience, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Thank you so much. And don't forget to tag your family, your friends. Share this with at least 3 people. And tag 3 people too as well. Tonight's conversation about alignment is going to be very, very good. Very, very good. And I'm excited that you're here joining with me. And so I want to share something with you. There comes a point in life when you stop proving and you start standing. For many years, I found myself in spaces where it felt like I had to prove something, prove my intelligence, prove my experiences, prove that I deserve to be in the room. And as an African-American woman with a PhD, I understood very early that sometimes you have to work 10 times harder just to be seen the same. But something shifts when you grow, when you heal, and when you come fully into alignment with who you are. You realize you don't have to convince anyone of your worth. Your presence speaks, your work speaks, your integrity speaks. And I'm in a season now of quiet confidence. I'm not chasing validation, and I'm no longer shrinking myself to make others comfortable. I'm simply walking in the authority of who I am and who God called me to be, with love, with clarity, and with purpose. And when you reach that place, something powerful happens. You stop asking for permission and you start creating the rooms you were meant to lead. And again, I am your host, Dr. Jafora Fox. Welcome to the Jafora Fox Show. I'm here on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So say hello in the comments and let me know where you're joining from. I am so happy you are here, and I appreciate you for tuning in. Have you ever noticed that when you began changing internally, some of your relationships shift? Sometimes subtle, sometimes dramatically. People who once felt comfortable around you may suddenly seem uncertain. Conversations change, expectations change, and sometimes the tension isn't because anything is wrong. It's because alignment changes dynamics. And tonight we're exploring what happens when personal alignment begins reshaping relationships. Alignment often begins with an identity shift. You began thinking differently, you began setting boundaries, you become clear about your values. But relationships often develop around who we used to be. So when identity shifts, relational expectations can shift as well. And sometimes people are adjusting to a version of you they haven't seen before. Have you ever noticed that when you began growing or changing, some people respond with curiosity while others respond with resistance? Just take a look at that. Take a look at that pattern. And if that resonates with you, type growth in the comments, because it is a pattern. And things begin to shift because when you're growing and evolving, sometimes people can't handle the growth that you are evolving to, because they really benefited from that other person that you were growing into. And it's hard for people to make that shift. Most people who are in a space of alignment themselves, they understand it, they recognize it, they're able to move in a space of not it being resistant, and they can flow with that, because you want to be in a space where you are growing, you are evolving. And alignment can introduce something else. Social pressure, not always obvious pressure. Sometimes it shows up subtle. People may question your decisions. They may expect you to stay the same. They may feel uncomfortable when you began setting new boundaries. And this can create tension between staying aligned and staying comfortable in relationships. And so you have to choose. Do you want to stay aligned with the alignment and the flow that God has you on, or you want to stay comfortable in relationships? Because we all should be in a place where we're learning and growing. And have you ever felt pressure to stay the same version of yourself so others wouldn't feel uncomfortable? Think about that. Have you ever experienced that? If you have, type yes in the comments. You felt like you wanted to stay in that space because you didn't want to make people feel uncomfortable. And it's really not about you making them feel uncomfortable. They just cannot flow with that space of where you're going and where you're headed to. And there are several reasons why that misalignment with others can take place. You know, honestly, sometimes people are jealous of you. They're jealous that you're moving forward and you're creating goals and you're accomplishing your goals, and they're still staying in the same place. Sometimes it could be an insecurity within the other person. They, just used to be where things, the way they were and how they were. I think about too as well when I first, gave my life over to Christ, and you may have hung around people that you all hung out and did different things. And then when you decided to create a different life for yourself, you were growing in a different direction. And sometimes in life, we just grow in different directions. It doesn't mean that it has to be dramatic. It has to be a fallout. It has to be something else. It's just that you can grow apart from someone else, and that's okay. And one of the most difficult parts of alignment is recognizing misalignment with others. Not everyone grows at the same pace. Not everyone values the same things. And sometimes alignment reveals differences that were always there, but previously unnoticed. Some things were already there, but you didn't notice them for whatever reason. You put them aside. But when you take the time to reflect, and when you get in a place of alignment, it really causes you to see things. And when you reflect, you think, oh, I saw that. But one of the things that I know is that the saying that they have, you can't see the forest for the trees, because you can't see things because of the proximity of where you're at. You feel comfortable, you feel safe, you feel like you're in that space, and that's where, and so you began to notice things, but you just kind of overlook those things. You notice little subliminal comments, but you kind of just say, no way, not this person. And it just goes unnoticed. And so thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you. Absolutely, Elder Justine. You all keep her in her family in your prayer. She lost a dear cousin, so lift her up in prayer. That's Elder Justine Mathis, my good friend, my chief prayer warrior. Thank you so much, Prophetess, for for tagging others. Yes, quiet confidence is powerful. Knowing whose you are is key. Yes. Hi, Sally. Thank you so much, Mother Rel, for joining in. Said growth. And hello, my sister in love. Good evening to you. My niece said it's safe. Elder said, yes, thank you so much, you all, for your comments, your engagement throughout the show. And navigating this space requires both clarity and compassion. It's not about rejecting people. It's about recognizing when patterns began moving in different directions. And I want you all to know and understand that it is okay when alignments changes your relationships. It is okay, and it happens. And so have you ever had to adjust a relationship because your values, priorities, or direction changed? Awareness of that moment is often part of personal growth. And so I want you to take a moment and reflect on that it's about your personal growth. And we all should be in a space where we are growing, where we are evolving. You should be in relationships with people where iron sharpens iron. And staying aligned without losing compassion is one of the most important balances in personal growth and leadership. Because alignment is not about becoming rigid. It's not about shutting people out. It's not about becoming distant or disconnected. Alignment is about becoming clear about what matters to you, clear about how you choose to show up in your life and in your relationships, clear about your values, your boundaries, and your direction. And equally important, clear about what you can carry and what you were never meant to carry in the first place. Sometimes we carry things that we we're not meant to carry? Are you carrying something that you are not meant to carry? Are you carrying something that you are not meant to carry? Because one of the challenges that comes with growth is this. When you begin to change, there can be a pull to either overextend yourself to keep others comfortable or withdraw completely to protect your alignment. But healthy alignment doesn't require either extreme. It allows you to remain grounded in who you are becoming while still leading with awareness and compassion. Because what I believe is that if you stay in alignment with who you are and the person is not able to adjust to that alignment, it will eventually, as if it's someone as a friend, it will eventually resolve itself anyway. If it was meant for it to stay and to be in that place, so you don't have to really, cut people off and, do those types of things. You are just in a space of choosing you. And if people truly love and care about you, they should be okay with you choosing you. They should be okay with the boundaries that you've set for yourself. That's why boundaries are important. And we should respect the person's boundaries. We should respect the boundaries of someone else because we want to be in a place of love and respect for each other. And it means that you can be kind without overextending yourself, present without overcommitting, connected without losing yourself. Healthy alignment creates space for relationships to evolve, not forced, not controlled, not held together out of obligation, but allowed to adjust naturally as you grow. And sometimes the healthiest things we can do is permit relationships to shift so they can meet the version of us we are becoming or reveal that they no longer align with us. And so if you're in a relationship with someone and they are growing and evolving, you should support them. You should be, if you're their friend, you should be their biggest supporter. You should be showing up for them in the way that you would like for someone to show up for you at your capacity in the way that you can. Because if you continue to grow and evolve, your turn is going to come too. And so we have to learn that it's okay for one person, two, or whomever that's in your group of people that you're around, that they are growing, they are evolving, they're doing things, they're making things happen, and that maybe you are doing that too as well. And that iron sharpens iron, and that we can support each other in the things that are being done. And maybe you might be in a space where things right now are not moving for you, but you're still working at it. You're still trying. You're still putting forth the effort. You want to support your friend. You want to show up. You want to be present. And that's not force. That's something that you should should be naturally automatic for you to show up for someone that you love and care about. Not just with words, but with action. Because being in this space of reaching the space of alignment and evolving and doing things, it's not easy. It has not been easy for me to get to this place of alignment for myself. And I am so excited about evolving, growing into this space because I can be clear. I can hear from God. My nervous system is regulated. And it's a great feeling to be when you're in alignment. And so if you're just now tuning in, thank you so much for joining the Jafora Fox Show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am your host, Dr. Jafora Fox. And I'm just excited about this topic. When alignment changes your relationships, because it does change the dynamics around you. And that's not failure, that's clarity. And clarity, when grounded in compassion, always allows you to move forward without losing yourself and without losing your capacity to care. And so I want to ask you something, and I want you to reflect on this. Where in your life are you trying to maintain a relationship in its old form when you've already grown beyond that version of yourself? Just think about that. And if you can relate to what I'm saying, type in the comments, alignment changes everything. Alignment changes everything. It doesn't mean everything around you is perfect and all together, because life will continue to life. But alignment changes everything. It changes the way you think. It changes your relationships, because you are growing and evolving. It's changing you, first of all, as the person. So type in the comments, alignment changes everything. Because it really does. If you're in that space and you understand, you know what I'm talking about, being aligned with what God has called for you, who you are. I'm no longer walking in rooms and being a part of rooms that I'm not welcome. I'm not forcing any relationships, not forcing anything on others. I'm setting boundaries, being okay with doing things, not asking for anyone's permission, not shrinking. It's a great place to be in. And I'm excited because I have not always walked in that space. And alignment is powerful. But it rarely happens in isolation. It reshapes decisions. It reshapes boundaries. So you don't have to isolate yourself to create that alignment. There are people, I pray, that are around you that will understand the growth and the change and the greatness that is happening in your life. And they will celebrate that. They are excited for you. Those are the people that you want around you. Those that are the people where when you're not in that room, that you can ensure that they got your back. They're not having conversations about you, or not allowing anyone to have conversations about you. And sometimes it reshapes relationships. And the goal of alignment is not to disconnect from others. It is to become clear about who you are and to allow your relationships to grow from that place of clarity. And that is so exciting. And I want you to leave the show tonight knowing that it's okay. Alignment is a great place to be in. When alignment changes your relationships, people should move and shift with you as you're growing and evolving. The other person is growing and evolving, and iron is sharpening iron. And so if you can handle the growth of the person around you, then alignment for the other person is not really a big deal. You're just still flowing. You're just still going. But if you can't handle the alignment of that person, it is going to change your relationship. Because really what you felt about the person, what you really feel, it is going to show up. Absolutely. Elder Justine said alignment is becoming clear about who you are. I'm telling you, that is so powerful. When you truly know who you are and who God called you to be, you can walk in that space with no reservation, with no permission from no one else. And so thank you for being here. Join us live again on Tuesday, March 24th. The topic is the loneliness of personal growth. And that is going to be another great one. And I'm not sharing with you things that are just from what I know about human behavior and what I know about psychology. It's also about what I lived. These are lived experiences that I bring to you each Tuesday night, lived experiences. Also back behind my educational background that I have as well, psychology. And so loneliness of personal growth, when you find yourself growing, people start falling off. You know, one thing I know is that if you allow discernment, the Holy Spirit to lead and guide you, people will start falling off, anyway, because they just really can't handle the growth. They can't handle the space that you're in, and they probably could never handle it, but just wasn't able to say it. And you probably was, as a person, so consumed with other things because you wasn't clear about yourself. You wasn't in alignment. And so you couldn't really see it. And if you did, you just kind of just dismissed it. But when you get in a place of clarity and reflection, it's pretty obvious to you. And then you just keep moving. Not dramatic, not making a scene, not having to tell someone off or not to say anything. You just, with quiet confidence, just keep going, keep moving forward. And so tune in Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. As I said, the topic, the loneliness of personal growth. And it's streaming live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So share with someone else. Let them know the Jafora Fox Show is on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So don't forget to share this with others. And again, thank you all so much for tuning in. Sister Bernice said, supporting growth in others encourages you to do more. Absolutely. Yes, that is so powerful. That is so good. And so you all have an amazing night, an amazing rest of the week. We will continue to lift each other up in prayer. Prayer is important, it's essential. So cover each other. The ones that you see on the show with you, you go back and look, cover each other in prayer. Much prayer, much power. And so God bless you all. And thank you all so much for joining. Have a great night. God bless.
Jafora Fox, let's talk business. And let's turn it up a notch. It's your time to shine with Jafora Fox. It's all coming together. Just keep your eyes on God and tune in. And let's talk with Jafora Fox.